Hello, Earth. Hold on, everybody. I am live, but I having trouble with my microphone here. I don't know what the hell's going on. Alright, can you... the hell? Welcome, everybody. Had the wrong headphones on, so it might actually help to actually put the right ones on so I can actually hear you guys and see you guys. As soon as I hate these speakers. Remind me to put get new speakers on my birthday to-do list. Alright. I gotta get that. Well, welcome. This is the World According to Chris, also known as your show, The World According to, or whatever you want to call it. Thank you. Still not 100%, but getting there. But okay, first things first. Geez, sorry about that, guys. Now I'm just taking my face off the computer real quick. Anyway, first things first, I promised a major announcement. Not even really major. It's just a big announcement for the show. A couple of weeks from now, if I'm not mistaken or hearing incorrectly, there's a person that I've known for quite a few years that wants to be on the show. I'm not sure when it'll be. Actually, it'll actually be a couple of weeks or a couple of months. No, I'm not going to put too much stock into pretty much anything they say, because they've been telling me for the last year that they want to be on the show. And every time they've had the opportunity, something's come up. So I won't really put too much stock in it. But anyway, there's a couple people out there that I'd like to invite to the show, but honestly, it's not going to happen right away, because it's one of those things that I really don't. I don't want to. You know, like I said, I like the idea of bringing people on the show, but I don't want to. At least until I'm more established, I really don't want to make a habit of it just yet. That's why you've only had a couple people here and there on the broadcasts. There are a couple people that I am going to bring on the show again that have been on the show already. And there's a couple of people that I actually will bring on the show that I have wanted to bring on the show, but it's just not going to happen this week, because obviously this week is just about over. As many of you guys may know, but did I just mute myself? Okay, I'm muted. Not to single out the women, but as many of you know, there's a particular person that I've brought up on my broadcasts here in the past, and most recently is, I believe, the last broadcast, which they told me that they watched. Surprising. My friend Dawn, she told me she was watching, and it's kind of an honor. Given what she's been through over the last few years, it's awesome. Anyway, major news as far as her participation in future shows. She's not really a big fan of appearing on public feeds, but what we've proposed is, if anyone's heard of I'm pretty sure I'm saying her name correctly, Sia, or Sia, whatever you want to call her, whatever her name is, however it's pronounced. She's the Australian pop singer / songwriter, She's written some pretty memorable songs, some of them that have come up in the last couple of years, namely songs like Chandelier. She wrote a song for Eminem that appeared on one of his latest albums called Guts Over Fear. Anyway, but to get on the subject of Dawn, she's eventually she will appear on the show. It's just she's going to be, her face will not appear on camera due to the fact she is camera shy and doesn't really like that idea. But she will be able to be heard because we do have microphones, obviously. This one and this one, which is currently unhooked. There's a couple people that are actually on the same boat, but until they can actually prove that they want to be on the show, I'd rather not commit myself to allowing them to even be on it. I want to market the show? Yes, I do. No shit. We're off and running. There's a now I'm gonna get pretty serious right now. What the fuck did I just do? I don't know what I just did, but apparently I just did something stupid. Hold on a minute while I do this. Well. So, live now. I'm live now, man. I'm sharing a link with people. While I share the link, I'd whoops, I forgot. I don't know what the hell I just did that for. Apparently I'm not doing this right. Surprise. I just, I don't know. I just don't know what I just did, but I kind of screwed something up here. Yes, I know I'm live. Thanks for sharing with that, or with me. I wasn't quite sure. There you go. Now you got up. Now I'm posting the live feed. Kind of had help actually posting the real live feed, not just Facebook pictures. Thank you. So, now that we're here, there's been... Why is this so low? Fucking... This speaker is dying. And this puck here... Yeah, puck as in like a hockey puck. It's not really a hockey puck though. It's called a puck though. My microphone, or my speakers, the puck for my speakers that adjusts my volume and allows me to connect my headphones is very sick apparently. So I'm trying to figure out a way to. Okay, as soon as I'm really, there you go. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna hold this for a while. Oh boy, what the fuck again? Sorry to hear that, bro. One of my viewers just got some bad news, so that's he's not gonna be able to tune in tonight apparently, but that's okay. If he can just get himself together, hopefully he can be back on the air next week. You know, Now that we got both speakers working, both, you know, I can actually tell you guys what I'm going to tell you. Actually, hear for myself, so I know it's working. That's why it's important to me that the speakers are functioning, because I'm not going to broadcast without working pair of speakers. Because you can't really do much without speakers because you don't know what's going on. Yeah. So, oh, that reminds me. Sorry, Chris. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, gotta flash this on the show page real quick. If it ever decides to work. There it goes. Where the fuck is it? Anyway, my buddy Chris Medea just tuned in. Thanks. Mike's in bed. He's already sleeping. He told me that already. So I don't really check my Google Mail. That's why I usually tell people, even though YouTube is a Google Mail connected service, if you want to reach me for show ideas, email my personal email. I don't really use my Gmail for anything other than stuff for my phone, because it's a Samsung and it's a Galaxy. It's all the stuff on that is Gmail related usually. My personal email is mrchrisaschrader@yahoo.com. If you have any suggestions, please feel free. That's the email to catch me at. Or if you know my cell number, call me there. Shoot. Well, oh, thank you, Chris. Let me see this. What's the question? Question of the day. Hey, Scotty, what are you doing? Well, politics. Everyone knows why well, everyone that knows me outside of Facebook knows I'm a Republican. I've been one since I've been of legal age to vote. So originally, when I first started actually, I've been following politics since I was a kid. My grandfather always had the news on when I was growing up, and I'd come over the house before I moved here eventually. Because when I was a kid, the house that I'm living at now was shared with my grandparents, Poppy and Grandma, as we called them. Anyway, usually I'd spend summers here. If I wasn't at camp, I was here. If I wasn't at school during the week, I was here. When I first registered to vote, Joe Roback was actually a Democrat, but he was a Democrat, but he's transitioning into Republican. So it's kind of what dictated my vote, or my registration would Democrat or Republican rather. But to be honest with you, I think both parties are full of shit. They, like I've said before, and I'm in serious conversations. No, I don't really think Trump is the greatest option for the presidency, but at the same time, who truly is? This country is screwed. And it's not screwed because of one guy. It's screwed because of the entire system as it is. Donald Trump, as I said, is not the problem. This country had ruined long before Donald Trump was even considered a candidate for any presidency. Whether it be the presidency of the United States or presidency of the school board or whatever. So you got to think about that before you go to the voting booth. Don't just vote for Hillary because you don't like what Donald Trump sees as our biggest problems. Uh, uh, if you're gonna go vote, if you're gonna vote on election day, then at least vote with some common sense and actually read into both candidates' profiles. Don't just believe some bullshit meme on Facebook. It's fact. I've seen several of these. I've seen several things on both sides of the coin, whether it's a Hillary meme bashing her, as a, bashing her on Facebook, or it's a Trump meme bashing him on Facebook. I personally can't stand Hillary because she's a liar and she did our guys dirty in Benghazi and some other shit, overall throughout the years, and she's a big phony. She did jack shit as a senator for New York. She's done even less, or did even less as a Speaker of the House. So, anybody that ignores 12-year-olds, but tries to play like they really support women's rights, is a scumbag, and that's another thing Hillary did. Again, do I think Trump's the right guy for the job? No. Do I think Hillary's the right girl for the job? No. But at least if Trump wins, you'll find out that the president of this country does not really do much. He has to answer to the people around him, or she, if she gets in, has to answer to the people around her. And I don't think neither of them are going to have that great of a time to actually do what they want to do. They'll say what they're going to do, but if they're going to do it, it's going to be on the hands of people around them, not just what they want. That's about all I'm going to say about that. God, my eyes are still a little off, so I'm going to be rubbing them quite a bit tonight. Shoot. So, anyway, as I said, if you want to get in touch with me, as an idea for a show, or this particular broadcast got a question or comment, you can either email me at mrchrisaschrader@yahoo.com, or you can text myself, 585-746-0287. And all you viewers that are on the air know who I am outside of Facebook, so I'm not really afraid that you got my number. Thank you. Jesus. I'm going to do a lot more, since the summer's coming, and I'm going to be, I don't have to worry about working, overnights at McDonald's, since I no longer work there, or really, nor do I have to worry about working nights anywhere. I'll probably broadcast more if I'm home on the weekends. I'll probably broadcast more during the weekend than I'll actually during the week, as long as it's something that I can do. I personally, Tuesday will probably be it for the week. This is just a one-off thing. Once in a while I'll broadcast on a Thursday, but if I don't have anything really going on, I'm not going to broadcast during the week much, other than Tuesday and Saturday. Are going to be my target days to broadcast. Yep. Summer vacation. Yeah, right. I couldn't be on vacation because I can't stand the idea of being at home. So, the other day, I was talking to one of my viewers that I talk to outside of Facebook, that I actually see in real life, you know. And the idea of possibly putting a show together, you know, not at the bar that I usually go to, but one of the bars that they and their buddies hang out at was brought up. And like I've said before, it's not something that I really want to do as a habitual thing. Um, because if I'm broadcasting, I'm not going to be in position. I'm not going to be in a position where I can really drink much, and I'd rather not broadcast than drink. Party during the show, unless on a special occasion. Cool, awesome. But overall, no. You know, it's. Oh man, that sucks. Somebody just tried to kill a dog in the city. Scumbags. Oh, that is a good picture. I like you too. You're awesome. Their tattoo shop. There's a couple people out there that I'm really close with. I'm at now. There's a few people, that I've, like I've said, overall, I'm thinking on location shows aren't going to be a habitual thing. If I can't access a laptop or an actual computer, I'd rather not do it. I could do it on my phone, but I'd rather have a place where I can have an open Wi-Fi, because it's just, I don't want to, these live feeds can be a killer on your data, and I'd rather not kill my data in one night. Because anyone that knows anything about these cell phone plans knows they only go for a month, and you get a certain amount of data on your phone, your plan. And I share my plan with a few other people, so I'm not going to be using all the data on my own. I'm not that kind of person. But thanks. I don't know how many people are actually watching, because it only tells me people that are watching through Google Hangouts. I'll find out after the show how many people actually watched, but I won't get a real total till tomorrow morning, probably after midnight. Thank you. So I don't know how many people are watching. But anyway, there's a couple of people and a couple of different businesses in the area that I've been made aware of watching tonight on such a late notice. A former co-worker, really good friend of mine, Brittany Gaylord from Evolution's Tattoo Studios. Good people over there, from what I hear. Well, they have to be if Brittany's working with them, because she's awesome. Everyone loves Brittany. How you doing, girl? Glad you're doing well. You're doing me proud. Very proud of you, kid. Good job. Keep up the good work, and you'll be big and strong like me. Kidding. And you're already strong. And I hope you don't get too big, because you gotta get married. Gotta look trim and thin for your wedding, so you can get into a bikini for your big vacation, your big honeymoon, whatever they call them. Hope you don't kill me for that one. Like I always do, Chris Medea, Dominic Medea from National Structures, and Lindsay Fields, great person. Sale Tandoy from We Seal the Deal. We're live now, brother. Thank you. Again, I'd like to thank everyone for watching. This has been a good. It's gonna be like I said, it's not gonna be a long broadcast. I got things I got to do. Uh, this was more of a test run for me tonight than anything. Um, you know. Oh boy, that's a hell of a festival. You know. Yeah. Ozfest is not Ozfest and Knotfest. The Knotfest is for Slipknot, or as a festival it's Slipknot, and Ozfest with Black Sabbath. They're joining forces for one weekend worth of events in San Bernardino, California. Uh, I do know some stuff about Metallica because they are. I am a member of their fan club because they open it to the public for free. Plus, I belong to several different chapters on Facebook, and I follow a lot of different news torch or metal torch sites on Twitter and whatnot. Uh, the idea for Metallica, at least, is their new album should probably be out around the middle of summer, probably September at the very latest, early September. If my memory serves me correct, Death Magnetic came out on the 12th of September, which I think that year was a Friday. Um, this year, I'm not sure if they're gonna do something unique like they always do. Saint Anger came out on a Wednesday, so knowing Metallica, they'll probably release the new album on Sunday afternoon at a set time because that's what they do. They're nuts. Anyway, I've heard various different sources on Twitter and Facebook that are members of each, different chapters of their fan club around the world that Metallica's doing and this is not confirmed, obviously. Nobody knows this to be a fact because it's not something that's been completely confirmed on Metallica's actual fan page. But apparently they're going to do their first North American stadium tour. Yes, you heard me right, stadium tour in 13 years, I think it is. The first date that I know of is actually confirmed for August 20th at the Minnesota Vikings new stadium. They got a few other bands playing with them that night. That should be interesting. I probably won't watch it because it's probably not going to be streamed online. But even if it is, I think it's on a Sunday, so I won't be able to watch because I got to work the next morning. Not that I'd have to worry about having to call my boss and telling him that I can't come in because, my boss is my transportation to work. That's my uncle, by the way. Now, on that subject, besides, thank you, Walt, for the haircut. There's a lot of different. There's a lot of people out there that have, and I've put up a note recently to make people aware of what exactly went down that caused me to make the decision that I did to leave McDonald's. To be honest with everybody, it's like I've said before, and I've said this. I said this even before I was officially gone from there. It wasn't something that was I didn't wake up the morning that I decided to give my notice and say, hey, I'm going to quit McDonald's today. It was something that I thought on and off about for about a year prior to me leaving. And just finally, I got to a point where, I'm not going to lie to anyone and say it was always unpleasant, because it wasn't. There was various points throughout the year where it was actually doing pretty good. Like even about a month prior to me leaving, it was going all right. But it was just to a point where it was like, you know what, I needed to change and so on. As it was said, my uncle offered me a job, and I took it. It's just there was some stuff that went down between me and the GM that actually nobody actually knows exactly what was said, or nobody knows for sure if he said what's been said that he had said. You know, I will say over the air because I have nothing to worry about at this point because I'm not going back there. But it was said that he had thought that I was slacking off, and where I took the rub, the wrong way was I was offered all these closing hours and lobby shifts and whatnot, and why would you offer someone who was closing, or why would you? Well, correct. Now let me backtrack. Why would you say someone who was you were allowing to get all these hours was slacking off? But one day, I gave Justin the GM. I gave Justin numerous opportunities to actually speak his, speak his mind, plead his case to me. If he didn't say something, I would have expected him to actually tell me, hey, I never said anything. There was a lot of other people there that said that they never heard anything, but there was a couple people that I knew outside of McDonald's that came in because they have other people in the pit that they see at work that had said that they had heard him say it, and supposedly they had heard him say it as these people that came in heard him say it as well, because apparently he dropped that opinion to them. Whether or not it was actually true is something I'll never really know, because obviously if he actually didn't say it, he would have had the courage to actually approach me and tell me that he never said it. Either way, even if he said it, he should have the at least a little bit of mind to come up and tell me directly that he was saying these things. But what it is what it is, and my opinion is this: what's done is done. It can't be fixed, and I just don't care. Yo, hey, honey. You're watching? Thank you. You got me stretching my neck, huh? I'm stretching on the air, and you're watching me stretch. Hey, Britt. Again, that was Brittany from Evolution Tattoo Studios. Good people from what I hear, as I've said before. Brittany's watching. I didn't realize she had just tuned in. Otherwise, I would have saved my previous shout out for now. Gotta love Brittany. Many moons ago when I worked at McDonald's, when I first started, actually, she was there, and I kind of watched out for her. She was my what did I call her? I called her my little leprechaun because she always dyed her hair green. She probably doesn't remember that, but she's kind of young people, and they remember what they want to remember. She does remember, that I looked out for her. I've always looked out for her. I've always, and this is not just me saying this because I know she's watching, but it's being honest. I always watched out for people like Brittany because she was always good to me. Even though we only worked together for a short time, I always felt like there was a respect there, and I appreciate that. I appreciate people that are respectful, and I appreciate people that know who's watching out for them and actually go out of their way to show them respect. Don't worry, Britt. One of these days I'll be out, out to your. Even if I'm not going to get a tattoo anytime soon, which I'd like to, I'd like to come out and see you, shoot the shit with you for about 5 minutes, maybe sneak a beer or two, and no, in the studio if you allow it. Since you're of legal age to drink now. Wow, I feel old. I remember when you were a 16-year-old brat. Oh, God. The headaches are still there. Just kidding. Just kidding. As you can see, I'm wearing a hat because I'm going bald. And when I got my hair cut yesterday, my barber said he saw my first few gray hairs. I'm trying to hide them so people don't see them and make fun of me. Because I'm sensitive. It makes my heart hurt. Just kidding. Just kidding. My friends, my relatives, my fans, I love you all. Thank you for joining us tonight. I appreciate all of my jabronis following me here on Facebook. You're not really jabronis. I love you all. You're all great people. Ouch. I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Oh, God. Air bubble in my throat. That hurt. Sorry. Sneezing and coughing on the air is not acceptable, and neither is having a stroke or a brain aneurysm. Remind me not to die in the air. Who wants to go back to basics? Not this guy. I've been to basics enough. I'm too old for that. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. I know all the tricks. I don't need to know anymore. There's some stuff that's coming up. There's a Father's Day walk, or a Father's Day. I don't know if it's a Father's Day gathering at Ontario Park, Lake Ontario area. My buddy Mike Smith and Dave Maldonado, a guy that worked with me for a short while at hosting. Hopefully Mike's going to give a speech. I will be there. It's Father's Day weekend. It's on Father's Day, I think, actually. That's why they call it the Father's Day event. My dad's usually out of town for Father's Day, and we don't really do much for it anyway, to be honest with you. Mother's Day, on the other hand, other than the last couple of years, historically we hadn't really done much for it. But this year we did. We did a little family gathering at my brother's house. Hey, thank you. I can't go to your wedding, kid. I'm working that day. Sorry. I'm not going to your wedding. Can't make it. I'm working that weekend. I have one viewer watching on Google Hangouts, which is the service that provides these shows. That doesn't tell me how many people are actually watching on YouTube. I find that out after the completion of the stream. Otherwise, I'd have it. If I was paying attention to it, how many people are actually watching via YouTube stream, I would actually know how many people are watching. But I don't really pay much attention to it because it's not really that important to me. It's only important if I'm watching. If I'm really looking for viewers. I know because it's later at night, I'm probably not going to get as many viewers as I have during an earlier showing. But we will be going live at earlier times than this. I just had to update the service. Because I just got done doing a YouTube course, and because I did the course and I haven't broadcasted since I've done it, or completed it, I had to do some stuff prior to the broadcast to actually give me more range of an audience. Scotty, get down! Hey! Stupid cat. Get out of here! Stupid ass. Whoops. I just broke my cup. Oh no. Terrible. There's nothing in there anyway. This is the red Solo cup. It was filled with Coke. Now it has nothing. As in Coca-Cola, not cocaine. Sorry. Just kidding, guys. It was filled with Coca-Cola, though. No Jack and Coke on the air. Partially because it's late. You know, too late for that. Now, if we had beer and I felt like having one, I'd have a beer in the air. That'd be fine, just one. But I don't do Jack and Coke. It gives me a headache. And if I would, you know, I could do Jack and Ginger, but I can't do Jack and Coke. Jack and Coke gives me a headache. You know, probably because the last time I drank Jack and Coke, I finished the whole bottle of Jack first. Thank you, Joe Pavenzi. That was my 23rd birthday party, but I also finished off a bottle of Red Turkey, or yeah, what was it? Wild Turkey. Sorry, there's Red Turkey though. I finished off a bottle of Wild Turkey bourbon with some friends. Note to self: don't go bowling and drinking at the same time. It's usually a bad combination. Scotty, I can still see you. Come here. I'm not going to hurt you. It's okay, baby. It's okay. It's okay. Come here. Come here. I'm going to grab my cat real quick, folks. Do not leave me. Asshole. Come here. I'm not going to hurt you. Anyway, I had to grab my cat because he's kind of being a jerk, and that's my way of putting him in timeout. This is Scotty. For those of you who are tuning in for the very first time, this is my buddy. He's the man. He's the master. He's the man of the house. Annie, I don't know where she is. Annie, where are you, girl? Come here. Come here, puppy dog. Oh, boy. That can't be good. I think I know where she is. She's under the couch somewhere. I think she's sleeping, which is fine. It's okay. It's okay, Scotty. I'm not mad at you. It's okay. It's just me. It's me and you on the camera. That's all. He gets a little spooked. He gets a little spooked with the camera because he doesn't. I don't think he's used to seeing his face on TV or on the computer or anywhere else. You know, it's okay. It's just me and you. See? I got you. It's me. See that? Oh, it's okay, baby. This cat, you know, he gives me a hard time every day. But he is my buddy. I love this. I love this animal. You know, and he's my best buddy. He told me so. Hey, what's that? I gotta take off my earpiece for you. Yeah? Who? What's that? Ooh. Oh, yeah? Oh, mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. All right. I'll let my viewers know. Scotty just told me that he heard me talking about this Britney character, and he was kind of jealous because he says I don't give him that much praise. Uh-oh. Sorry. That's what he told me. He says oh, and he also heard me talking about Annie. Uh-oh. Look who's here. Look who's joining the air. This is the world according to Annie now. I gotta leave the air. Hello?
Hi, everybody. My name is Annie. And you should watch The World According to Chris every day. Because if you don't, I'm going to come to your houses and bite you. All right? Bye-bye now.
Thank you, Annie. You're such a good dog. Yes, you are. Everyone knows that Annie is the best. But when she's my baby girl, this is the baby. She's on the air. My baby girl, Annie Bobani. Bananas, we call her. Well, I called her the biggest pain in my ass ever. Because I know. Love you too, baby. Ah, man. I love that dog. Goodbye, Annie. So, my favorite viewer of all time, as I said, is a person named Dawn Hood, Dawn Pogue, what are you going to call her? She's only watched a couple shows here and there because she has 3 kids and kind of doesn't get a lot of time to watch broadcast. But when she does, I do kind of figure that out pretty quick. Thank you for allowing me to be in your homes again tonight, folks. We've actually been broadcasting a little longer than I thought we would. But I guess that's a good thing. I'm going to broadcast. I think I might promote my buddy Antonia's studio. Just because I want to. Yeah, everyone should go to Salon Sobella. It's in the city. Actually, it's not in the city. I can get the for those of my friends who are into getting their hair did, it's on 2110 East Hammer Road, here in Rochester. Book your appointment with Tony. She's awesome. Number's 484-1669. They are open at 10 a.m. Book your appointment today, because she's awesome. And she wouldn't hire people that weren't. Trust me. Going to a salon isn't quite my thing, but, I trust Tony. She's a great girl. And go to her now. If you can't, you're missing out on something important. I'm not sure what she offers for the guys around here, but I know before she opened her own studio, she actually gave me a haircut, which still is one of my favorite haircuts of all time. And, again, go visit my friend Tony. She's a great girl. Antonia Mazza. Antonio Mazza. Matzah. That's that Jewish crackers taste like wafer or cardboard, whichever you prefer. Either cardboard and wafer, they're the same thing to me. They taste like crap. But but that's another subject for another broadcast. And if you're Jewish and you eat matzah, that's cool. I don't really, don't want to offend you, but I just hate to tell you, but I've had matzah once and I don't like it. It tasted like cardboard. But and Tony, Antonia, Tony, what are you gonna call her? She's awesome. She's living proof that you're never too old to chase your dreams. She's not that old. She's a couple years older than I am, but maybe a little bit more than a couple years. But she looks like she's about 20 years younger than me. Of course, she takes care of herself. She's a great girl. Every time I see her, I look forward to seeing her. Actually, she's a very fun conversation, very fun person, and somebody even though I don't get to see her often anymore because of the salon, every day that we talk to her, it's a blessing. She's fun, and I look forward to our conversations. I look forward to seeing her wonderful face, and I ain't just saying that because she's a beautiful lady, but in general, she's just a beautiful person to talk to. There's a lot of people like that I'm grateful to have in my life, and she's one of them. And that's why I brought up my friend Dawn earlier. There's another one, Dawn Riberic. And this is kind of weird. A lot of the people that I know, like my friend Dawn Castelletti, all my friends that are Dawns are great people. I have yet to meet a person named Dawn that isn't, and that's not trying to be funny. It's the truth. Now, for me, like I'm going to say this before I leave the air tonight because I want to get this off my chest. Apparently, and I'm going to say this because apparently I hurt somebody's feelings when I didn't directly call anybody out over the air, nor would I ever do that. But apparently I hurt somebody's feelings when I said I wouldn't do their GoFundMe because, I didn't even intentionally say it about their GoFundMe. It was just an example I gave. But apparently, when I said something along the lines of not wanting to promote shows for GoFundMes that are promoting keg parties and backyard bashes and whatnot, kind of irritated them. They got over it after they understood that I was just saying that as an example. The thing is, for me, if I'm going to promote a GoFundMe, I'd rather do it for a cause that's actually important and it's going to benefit not just the people that they're meant to benefit, but their families. And I honestly can't see where throwing a party with, that's meant to be thrown with excessive amount of drinking is going to benefit anybody. Me personally, I drink my share, whether or not I'm promoting a GoFundMe or whether it's my birthday or Christmas or whatever, or any other day of the year. I don't need to promote it on a website or a web show. Not for much, but if I want this show to be taken even remotely seriously, that's one of the things that I got to work on, and that's the thing. I'm not going to promote something that's not going to benefit anybody. And really, a GoFundMe that's promoting drinking, it might make the money raised might enhance the experience of people at the party, wherever the party may be, but it's not going to do much for the show. Like I've said before, a lot of my experiences promoting a lot of these GoFundMes that I promoted in the past, with the exception of one, I've promoted several, but with the exception of one, I've had zero success rate in keeping the viewers for those GoFundMes after the fact. And I'd rather not have you as a viewer at all than have you watch just while I promote your cause. Because it's ridiculous. Although I don't sit around with a pen paper in my hand, writing down show ideas, I still try and take this broadcasting seriously, and it's not a serious subject. It's not for betterment of the community or betterment of anybody else. Why the hell is this thing doing that? And odds are, if you're 21 and up, you can go out and drink any other day of the year. Why do you need a GoFundMe to promote your keg party once a year? My advice to someone that actually wants to throw a keg party: take some money out from each take a set amount out of each week's paycheck and put it in a jar. That's all you need to do. That's. Hold on one second. Oh, I have 3 instances of that program open. That's stupid. Why is this open? Oh, I wonder. So, anyway, now that that's settled, I'm talking about the computer, not my subject. But my biggest, like I said, if you really want to have a successful keg party or party where, you're going to do excessive amounts of drinking, or at least have people there that are doing excessive amounts of drinking, why don't you put it, whatever you make, put like 10% of that in a jar, or 10% of that in the bank, or whatever you want to put it, and when the day your keg party comes, or whatever party themed towards drinking comes, why don't you use that money to enhance the experience of everybody that's at your party, whether it's a one-day thing or a couple days worth of things. Who knows? You might want to have one of those rock festival type deals where, even though if you're not really playing live music, which is something I'd actually promote. If you were doing something that promoted live music locally and did something to actually, bring out the general public, that would be something I would help. Like for example, right now I'm going to talk about something because this is why I brought this up. Uh, Eventually, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it this year. I'm hoping to. Uh, but I only know I got, you know, being, I'm friends with a bunch of guys in different motorcycle clubs and different social clubs and different, you know, facets of the community, locally or otherwise, motorcycle community, whatever you want to call it. You know, regardless if you're in the biker community or regular Joe in the community with or without a bike, you know, there's, this idea is something that you would probably be on board with. But my idea is this: I'd like to do something where I could meet with various people in the community. Hi, stupid ass. Obviously, I'm live. If you could see me, obviously, duh. Um, um, I'd like to get together with various people in the community and hopefully organize something where we can do, you know, bring them, bring various local bands, you know, together and perform a weekend's worth of events to raise awareness for things like cancer, diabetes, like also something where like a few years ago when my buddy Kenny died, my best friend, he was actually my very best friend at that point in time. He had something called myotonic muscular dystrophy. I'd like to do something that kind of benefits that kind of stuff, research for that kind of stuff rather, because that's something that's near and dear to my heart. We just lost another buddy of ours to Duchenne's muscular dystrophy. John Gardner, we lost him in July. My thing is this: like I've said before, if you could bring together the community for something and really you can make a difference, feel free to drop me a line via email or text me on my phone or call me if you want. Even if it's on the air, I'll answer you. If it's something that really you think could make a difference in the community, that is one thing I will gladly bring to the attention of the general public over the air. Because if it's near, that is something that I want to see done in this community. I want to see it done today. I want to see it done tomorrow. I want to see it done in general because it's something that's near and dear to me and it's near and dear to you guys. My buddy Vale. Wow. Thank you, Valerie. Man, I can't see this. Well, Valerie Marie Fashion. It's on Tumblr. It's a fashion and makeup blog. I will help you out right now. Valerie, I miss you very much. I love you. You're awesome. I'm live, honey. I'm going to talk about my buddy Valerie's. I'm not really big into, since I'm promoting a lot of my friends, different friends stuff here. I'm going to promote my buddy Valerie's fashion line here on top. She's got a Valerie Marie Fashion. It's makeup and what is it? It's a fashion and makeup blog. Can't even speak. It's on Tumblr. If anyone's interested in helping her out, let me know and I'll get you in touch with her. Valerie's near and dear to my heart. She used to work at Carmine's. She's awesome, and everyone loves Valerie. She's super amazing. And if you can't like somebody like Valerie, you're kind of a jerk. because Valerie's the best, and I love her. She's awesome. Happy birthday, Randy. My friend Dawn's nephew just turned 25 today. Wow. Dawn Pogue. Can't believe your nephew's already 25. Seems like yesterday when we were 5. No, I'm just kidding. 13. You were 15, I was 13. Or you were 13, I was 15. Since I'm going to say I'm older. Even though I'm not older than you. But shh. I won't tell them. We won't tell the people on the air that. Yeah, she don't care about her age. Nobody cares about their age that actually has a sense of self-security. Me personally, I think age is just a number. I'm well aware of my age. I don't really care about it either, to be honest with you. My age is just a number. You know, there's a few people that are just tuning in now, which is bad news for me because my throat's going. You know, you want to watch it, you can watch it, but I'm not going to call you on the air unless you have something important to tell me, which I know you don't. You're kind of a nuisance, a pest in plain English. You know. So sorry to hear that, kid. One of my listeners' fathers just passed away tonight, so sorry to hear about that. That's a bad situation over there. I'm going to say something, though. It's going to bother me, because it bothers me when, you know. But there's been a lot of people, you know, that have passed away prematurely over the last couple weeks and months even, since I've broadcasted more regular. And, you know, over the last couple days, you know, while I was thinking about what to say tonight, I've been kind of, the fuck? Who the hell's on my YouTube station other than me? Somebody's trying to kick me off my own service. Nice try, idiot. This is not the site I'm looking for. Of course it is. If I actually knew what I was typing. I don't care. The Me Club. The Chris Schrader Club. Now, if I had a dollar for every time that damn dog barked, I'd be a billionaire tonight. No, it's not my dog that's barking, because she doesn't bark much. Believe it or not. She's a small dog, but she don't bark much. She's a nuisance. She's a pain in my nuts. Again, I'm going to promote my buddy Valerie's fashion blog, because she wants me to. And I don't really want to make her mad by not doing it. Valerie Murray Fashion.
What's the temperature of this house? It's freaking almost.
Yeah, it's pretty hot in here. Like 80 degrees. Someone's changing the temperature. Wasn't me. It wasn't me, folks. It was my my cat. I don't control the thermometer or the thermostat because I know I get myself in trouble. Now, someone just asked me what I want for my birthday. Can I say that over the air? Or would I get kicked off of social? Well, I get kicked off everything because the FCC would have me thrown in jail. No, I'm not going to say that over the air. But I could say the more appropriate stuff. What do I want for my birthday? Coors Light. Since I don't drink Blue Light anymore. Coors Light is what I drink. But what I want for my birthday, because I can get beer any other day. What I'd like for my birthday is a new monitor, a bigger monitor, and new computer speakers. If you can buy both, that'd be appreciated. But since you're probably as poor as I am, you won't be able to buy anything. You're lucky you could pay the mortgage for the house you're in. Just kidding. Yeah, you're a little bit richer than I am, so you can afford that. On second thought, just send me a 30-pack of Coors Light. I'll drink that for my birthday. It's cheaper for you. And don't you dare send me PBR. I'm gonna send a hitman after you. I love PBR, but I don't like drinking it very often. You could send me PBR, just don't send me Busch Light, or actually don't send me any Busch beer. No way. If I want to drink Keystone, I'd go back to being 22 again. The cheap white boy diet, $7 a 30-pack. If you want it, you can buy it for yourself, but I ain't want that shit. Now, another question I've been asked over the air recently is, why do I still wear this Bulls cap? They've been out the playoffs. Well, they never made it to the playoffs this year. Well, because it's the most comfortable hat I have. And next time someone asks me that question, I'm going to ask, why do they wear underpants? Or why don't they shower? Anyway, seriously, folks, I do wear this hat because it's comfortable. It has nothing to do with it being a Bulls hat. This hat was a $35 hat. See, I'm wearing it on the air, guys. Do 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 do. Benny the Bull says, "Watch the world," according to Chris. That's the Bulls mascot, Benny the Bull, by the way. Yeah, my Mets are doing good again this year. Let's hope it lasts. Probably won't, because last year it lasted, but it only lasted till the World Series. Then they took a dump against the Royals. But this year, I don't think you have to worry about the Mets taking the dump against the Royals, because I think the Cubs are winning it all this year. They're on fire. They're pretty hot. I think they have the best record in Major League Baseball, if I'm not mistaken. 26-8 after today. A couple of the Mets, one of the Mets pitchers hit 2 home runs last night. I think that's the first time that's happened in probably my lifetime, as far as I know. But I don't really follow that much baseball, so I can't really tell you if that's accurate. More than likely it isn't. It's probably not very common, though, that a pitcher hit... Actually, I think it was the same pitcher. He hit 2 home runs in one game. More serious news, since I just saw this on my feed about an hour or 2 ago. A motorcycle went down on. If you live in this area, if you don't live in Newton, well, at least if you don't live in Rochester, it doesn't really affect you much, because you probably don't know the guy. But if you ride, you feel that kind of pain, because most riders anyone that rides a motorcycle, as long as you respect the rules of the road, you're all one big family. But a rider went down in Henrietta today. Actually, I heard of a couple riders that went down. One went down in Henrietta on a Harley. I'm not sure what, From what I hear, both bikes that went down today, there were non-life-threatening injuries, thank God. Was an orange bike. Uh, and no, it wasn't my uncle thing. That I can say right now, because the one bike that went down at about 2 o'clock this afternoon. The other bike went down at like 6, and I know who that was because it was all over Facebook. Younger kid. He was on his way to work and he went down. Luckily, he only suffered road rash and some other injuries that are non-life threatening. And as they say, he'll live to ride another day. But in all honesty, and I knew one bike was a Harley. I'm not sure what the one kid. I'm not sure what the kid that went down later in the day was riding. But regardless of what you're riding, and people hear me talk about crotch rockets all the time. My particular distaste for them, but my big thing is riding safe, riding responsibly, which also means riding with the proper attire on. Ride responsibly. Days like today in Rochester, where it was 82 degrees, you know, and I'm gonna do something I hardly do. Usually you hear me tell people in cars, watch for motorcycles. How about these guys in motorcycles, watch out for cars. I know because of the weather being a lot nicer over the last couple of days, it's easier to get lost in the moment and actually ride a little bit more careless because you're so happy to see that the weather is turning in your favor. But there's going to be plenty of days to ride like that, and but obviously for those of you who are experienced and older and ride because you want to ride, get out there and actually enjoy yourselves. You're not going to ride for the sake of speeding. But the fact of the matter is this. Good night, Julia. The fact of the matter is this. If you're one of those people that are getting on a motorcycle for the sake of saying I could speed, why don't you get a Mustang or something, a GT or something, where you have four wheels and you have protection all around you. Because you don't belong in a motorcycle if you're just riding for the sake of speeding. Because you pose a risk to yourself and you pose a risk to the others on the road. That's not right. You got to be more people. And I've seen people that preach. That even bikers that preach. Watch out for motorcycles, but yet don't show any fucking regard for their own safety. If you're gonna have a, look twice, watch for motorcycles sticker on the back of your bike, you should at least show that regard to other bikers on the road, your own safety yourself, and actually ride a little bit more responsibly. It's frustrating, before my uncle had his accident in '92, which he admits now was partially his responsibility. I grew up on the back of a bike. Even after he got off for many years, I would still ride with a lot of his buddies that rode. I'd go on the back of their bikes, and we all learned. You'll learn at a young age, when you grow up in that environment, no matter what you ride, as long as you're riding and enjoying the ride with the sunny side up. Keep both wheels on the ground. It's the most important thing. You can get on a bike any day of the week, if you have a bike. You crash a bike, you can replace the bike, you can't replace you. Ride safe. And show, And if you want to go off, and preach, look twice, watch for motorcycles. At least practice what you're preaching, and pay attention to the cagers, which are the cars on the road, and pay attention to the other bikes on the road, regardless of what you're riding. Yes, I have my hands in my head for a reason. We don't get too long. Even if you get 90 years on this big old chunk of land, it's not a lot of time considering the amount of time you spend on the ground. And you want to if you want to make your ride in life as good as possible, make it worth your time. Don't do something that could, you can't rush through things in life. You can't rush through traffic. You can't rush through your day. Because at the end of the day, our time here is finite. And I'm not going to go through. There's also a reason I bring this up. To kind of get off the bike subject. Like I've said before, there's been some stuff over my Facebook feed over people that I've known throughout my life and people that I've only met over a beer here and there, various aspects of the community through work, either through the Ark or McDonald's or wherever, and I've heard that they've, some people, either they've passed away or some people in their lives have passed away. And, I'm going to say this just on the McDonald's stuff because it's something that does, even though I don't work there anymore, I still have a good connection with a lot of people there, and I'm still close with a lot of people there. There are still some customers I keep in touch with, and, despite everything, we were all one big happy family for the most part. But, when a member left, it was always sad to see him go. But there was nothing worse than going to work and finding out someone you used to see all the time at work would no longer be there because they've passed away. Unfortunately, when you work there as long as I did, you see that a lot. Actually, a couple of years ago, a customer died right in the building. I wasn't working. I worked the next day, but I heard about it because it happened to be a family member to somebody in my family. I'm not even, just the way that situation went down, even to this day, still, it disappoints me. I know from a legal standpoint, nobody, at work could have done anything. But, as people, you would expect different. Yeah, but that's another subject for another conversation. But, because that particular subject irritates the hell out of me, I won't even talk about it much. But our time on this big chunk of land is it's a finite. It's not infinite. It's finite. It comes to an end at some point. And I'm gonna take my hat off. And there are people in my life, who have been through struggle, and obviously myself included. I'm not gonna get on a soapbox and talk about my struggles because we all know what they are. But when you've been through those struggles, you kind of have a deeper appreciation for the life you have, and not the life you want, because the life you have is the life you got. And when you're 33, as I will be in a couple weeks, and you've been through the various setbacks, and you've bounced back from each of them. You know, it always leads you to that, that burning question in your mind is what happens when the next setback comes? Are you going to be able to bounce back from it? You in that particular instance being me. Because, like I said, I'll be 33 in a couple weeks. And no, I won't be broadcasting that day. I could, but I doubt it. I have a feeling I won't be in condition to broadcast. I don't know, though. Depends on how I feel. If I'm able to broadcast, I probably will, but I doubt it. But your time here is finite. My time here is finite. Your neighbor across the street, next door, 2 houses down, 10 houses down. Your neighbors on this planet, their time is finite. And all I can tell you is not just the host of this show, but is from my lips to your ears. Is life here eventually comes to an end. And for me, what makes me drive, to make this show the best it can be is the fact I don't know when that day will come for me. It could come before my birthday. It could come in 60 years or 160 years. Who knows? But, I just know I'm going to appreciate every day I got. And I hope you all do the same. And with that note, I'm going to tell you all something from the bottom of my heart. And this is because we've reached our 3,000th viewer as of tonight. I just saw that on the feed. On my, not the broadcast feed, but the show YouTube page analytics report. We reached our 3,000th viewer. And to me, that's huge. That means a lot. And I'm not going to cry. I'm just going to tell you this because it brings tears of joy to my eye, but I'm thankful for all you guys and girls. Whether you're someone who's only watched here and there, or someone that watches every chance they get, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate every one of you. As long as I know you're going to be a continuous viewer, or try to watch as much as you can when you can. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. 3,000 viewers. We reached 3,000 quicker than we reached 2,000. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much. Now with that being said, I'm going to call it a night. Glad to see you all. And for all you guys and girls on motorcycles, keep riding with 2, keep 2 on the ground. Ride again tomorrow. Actually, don't ride tomorrow if you live in Rochester because it's going to rain all day. But, keep the sunny side up and both wheels on the ground. All right? Right on. Good night. Right on, baby. Right on. Good night. If you're a biker, you know what this means.